come in awkwardly skipping with the loose Mary Janes. So here is day number 3's outfit. I've got Billy here, give him a kiss and oh, of course he's backwards. Mary Janes are the brand of my shoes and they're a little loose on me. Here I am wearing a flower hat, I am wearing 2 pigtails, a light pink t-shirt, and some denim overalls that I just barely realized do nothing for my fupa. Cool. Hello my spooky friends, today is day 3. So I just arrived at Peddlers Mall. I am going to hunt for some haunted items. I'm gonna try first to just kind of use my intuition and see if some object feels off, and then I plan on turning on my ghost tube apps and switching between them to see if I can catch anything. Not planning to buy any haunted items though, because I do not want to bring any haunted items to my home. But yeah, let's go inside and see if we can catch anything. Well, it's a video cassette still, and it's...
What's that? What's that?
It's an apple, huh? It's pretty cool. They have some vintage looking books and magazines. I am getting kind of a strange feeling over here. Don't know if it's because of these figurines right here, but what else kind of caught my attention was this piece right here. I just started this and right away okay, that looks like a carnival or something. Right away I got something. Don't play with the glass, honey. Don't play with the glass. Don't break anything, please.
What's that? What's that?
Oh, look at that. An old pencil sharpener. Okay, what about this piece right here? As soon as I turned it on, like, it just started beeping. I don't even know if I caught that on film.
Jacket.
Wow.
Jacket.
You're pretty. Whoa, baby.
I don't see a jacket around here.
Mom. Mom. Wow.
Are those cool?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and purchased this.
Why am I here?
Are you stuck here? What's your name? A lot of these pieces here, I'm just getting a whole lot of feelings from them. Just gonna kind of switch back and forth. Buddy, leave that there, please. Don't know what that is. Oh wow. I feel really drawn to this. So a lot of the items here have like different cultures. But I can feel like a little glow attached to this. Please know that you don't have to stay here. If you see a light, go ahead and go towards it. Nothing is keeping you here. Are you okay? It's a kid playing on a bicycle. Are you a child? You're attached to this horse, aren't you? Are you stuck here? You know you don't have to stay here, right? Just wanted to show this because it's so beautiful. It's got a blanket. It's $99. This is a cold music stand. Jameson already found something. Some Hot Wheels. You want that one? Okay, let's see how much that one is. That's $175. You can get that one. That's fine. And then I found this for myself. I mostly thought this stuff was cute. Ooh, this is really cute.
What's that?
This is a seat. Slow down, honey. I just wanted to show you guys like one of my favorite stores or booths out here. It's a Vegas salt shaker. Just love this vintage stuff that they sell here. It's a flour sifter. Kind of need one of these. Gotta get at least something from this booth. This is a vintage strainer. A wood pestle. A rolling pin. I bought an apple pie last time I was here. But yeah, all this stuff is just so cute. You can never have too many baskets, in my humble opinion. some cute prints. Learn to paddle on your own canoe. Nice. I just love the look at, like, the coppery, but mostly the silver is just my favorite. I just love how it looks. So I found this booth that sells some vintage clothes, and surely enough, I was like, this screams 90s. They have some really good stuff here. Of course, I like the big bulky sweaters. Jameson, can you get out of there? I've been really wanting to have something white like this. But the one I really like is this butterfly one, but it's a medium. And mediums have not fit me for a long time. It's kind of creepy.
Whoa.
Of course, I'm drawing this book, Dark Company, The 10 Greatest Ghost Stories. Let's see what else they got here. Okay. I'm feeling really drawn this side. Mainly these vintage toys right here. Where's this? Let's see if there's any. Some sort of wall art. It's strange how I just felt just drawn this way. Hey everybody, so I just stopped recording and just kind of felt the need to go. The last spirit that I encountered, I believe it was a woman. I felt like it was a woman, and I believe her name was Jean. And I just felt, right now, I just feel grief. And when I opened up the GhostTube app, she showed a picture of horses. And then I found a wall decoration that was a horse. And I think her child loved horses, and something happened to him and there was an accident, and I think the child was a boy. Because Jameson started playing around, and I asked if I'm speaking to a man, a woman, or a child. And then when she said, "Please go," I just felt a woman, and I felt grief and loss. And I'm like, I felt that. And I wish I could help her move on. But when a spirit asked you to please go, she was very polite about it. I left. I want to respect her wishes. I don't know if her seeing Jameson just reminded her of, I think there was an accident that happened and she lost her child very young. I think I don't know if it's just because I'm a mom too, I just felt a huge connection with her. And so I didn't record this. There was also a part when we were walking part of the Peddlers Mall. There was an area and I just felt heavy, like a negative kind of heavy. There were like a bunch of vintage looking like shovels and pickaxes and stuff like that. And then I felt like a sharp pain in my chest. Like, I don't know if it, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. It was really weird, and I just thought I have to get away from this booth. I didn't even want to stop to connect with something because I just feel like this was something negative. So that's why I didn't even film that part. But I'm gonna try to recenter myself, say some prayers for these souls, and try to get back my energy, because in a way it does kind of like drain my energy a little bit. So I just got back from going shopping. I stopped by Ollie's, picked up a few items there, and yeah, now we're just relaxing. Even though like I felt other presence there at Peddlers Mall, the only one I kind of started having visions of is Jean. So maybe I just need to keep working on that and keep trying to get better in trying to connect. But yeah, I definitely had to like kind of step away and kind of just recenter myself. So right now I'm gonna just catch up on some reading. I'm gonna be reading Silver Nitrate. This is where I'm at. This is the second part, the feature film. Good evening, my spooky friends. It is day 4 of the vlog. This is the outfit I'm wearing today. No makeup, because sometimes you just feel like So today mostly I caught up on chores and I just posted a new video which has to do with part 1 of this vlog series. So today is mostly just gonna be a reading update. But of course, I have to show you this really pretty kitty right now. Oreo! She's like, don't bother me, I'm sleepy. You know what? Mood. Kitty girl. Kitty. Why are you filming this? Hey everyone. So I'm in my pajamas right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys the reading update. So I am about halfway through Silver Nitrate, and it is super mind-blowing. So I think I mentioned that this book is about people who are in the movie business. Once that the main character, she does like the sound effects in a movie, and so her best friend Tristan is an actor, and they just recently met, I guess, an old horror movie director. They seem to be like such passionate people about old films. He decided to confide in them his past, and apparently he did a film with uh, an occultist Nazi. The Nazi's name was Ewers. Ewers, yeah. And apparently, this occultist believed that films can portray some, like, a bunch of magic, and he wanted to cast a spell. So apparently, that's why they use silver nitrate, because silver is supposed to apparently have a bunch of magical properties, even though silver nitrate is very flammable. According to this movie director, while they were filming this film, they were apparently supposed to be three spellcasters. One of them is supposed to be like the head, like the headmaster or whatever, or like the father. Like he's supposed to be like the main one, and then like the other one is like the mother, and which is supposed to be a woman, and then the other one is a man, which is supposed to be like the innocent one. So apparently the only thing they needed to do to this film was add the sound effects and the dubbing to it. Only apparently the woman who was funding all like this film, called, her name was Anma, she discovered that her boyfriend, which was Ewers, the Nazi guy, was actually sleeping with the director's fiance. In a fit of rage, she got most of the film and burned it. And apparently, ever since then, since the spell was not finished, they all had bad luck. According to the director, he lost everything. He lost his ex-fiance. That was like his most famous film. Like that was his like last film, and like he's had bad luck with like films and all that, and to the point where he couldn't even film a toothpaste commercial or something like that. And Ewers eventually he dies like when his girlfriend kind of burned everything, and his fiance, I think she just ends up like remarrying or something like that because her husband's like passed away or something like that. Either way, like they all get bad luck. He really believes that in finishing this film the curse will be lifted, so he's like very, I would say like the most 100 pages, it's like him trying to convince them to cast the spell, and they eventually do help him out because they just kind of want to humor the old man. And all of them start getting good luck. Like Tristan started getting bigger roles in films. He got like a lead cast in the film Monte Cristo, and then Abel, like I think he was gonna get interviewed somewhere, and then like that was gonna help him like show his face to the TV world again. And Montserrat, her sister was cured of cancer, supposedly. Only with this good luck happening, there seems to be bad luck as well. The son started to see his dead girlfriend to the director, and they're like, what the heck is going on? And he said, you're not supposed to be seeing dead people. That's the powers of of a necromancer. So then makes it upon herself to kind of do some research about Ewers, and the director ended up giving her a book, which ended up which was a book that was published by Ewers. Who is doing all this research. She also found some more books by him in another bookstore, and I don't know how she had this thought, but she like opened up the binding of this book that the director gave her, and there were some letters written in there, and the director so Ewers basically wrote about his real past. Apparently Ewers was always like into magic and all that, because his family like lost one of their sons, and the mom wanted to get in contact with like her dead son, and so like their family has always been obsessed with like magic and mediums and whatnot. And then apparently around the time like World War II started, like apparently like astrologers and occultists were like either being killed or like were told to flee, and until they decide to use like these psychics to help them win the war. For example, they had some mediums and astrologers help them use their pendulums and try to use their magic to find coordinates to like where certain British Navy ships were, so they could like, you know, have an advantage towards the war. So the boy said that he and his father were amongst the men who apparently were supposed to find these coordinates, and they were apparently offered like food and drink and all that, and nobody was really finding any answers, and he figured they're eventually gonna figure out that they're a bunch of frauds. So he finds a way to escape, but as his father tries to stop him, he like knocks him in the head really hard. And so as he's trying to flee, he encounters a man named L. And L is just a robber, and he was about to rob him, and he sees his pendulum, and he asks him what it is, and he tells him, oh, you know, I'm a sorcerer or whatever, and like I could find out like where the coordinates of like treasure or such is. And so he decided to use him for that, and surely enough, like he started to have, I guess, kind of visions about where stuff is, and they started to like make money and steal art and all that, until finally apparently this man was a runaway from the war, and apparently they were gonna kill him. So that man was gonna like move to Argentina and was gonna leave Ewers behind and then Ewers killed him and took his papers and decided to move to Argentina. And at first he kind of hates it there, but then he starts to discover that people there have magic. And so then he moves to Mexico and like starts asking everybody about magic and tries to like gain any magic information, like information from magic. And because apparently he assumes that he thinks that Mayans and Incas and Aztecs like knew like powerful magic. And there was apparently one medium that told him that she will not talk to him and turn him away because he had blood in his hands, and like he had blood magic. And when he asked her to elaborate, apparently like he has the powers that he has because he killed two people. And then he realized, oh, he said, my father must have died by either my blow or because I left, and maybe he was killed because I left. And like he did in fact kill that L dude. So apparently Ewers knew that he was gonna die, and he said that he is gonna cast like the perfect spell so he could come back. Yeah, it was like, it's definitely intricate and very interesting. I love the history of this. It makes me want to like just go back and I'm like, did that actually happen? I know this is a work of fiction, but hey. Silvia Moreno Garcia is a genius. I mean, it's freaking amazing. So here's an update with Home is Where the Bodies Are. So I'm about like, I only have like 100 pages left. This book is about 250 pages. So I think I mentioned before, so this is about 3 siblings. They're not really close anymore. They come together because their mother dies. They find a tape, and that tape showed evidence of a dead body. And apparently that dead body ended up being a 12-year-old named Emma, and she was actually like a neighbor. That one is an accident, so they want to try, so they do end up deciding to look into the mystery and figure out what happened. So Nicole gets, through their mother's inheritance, she gets her mother's journals, so she spends a lot of her time reading. So you do get like journal entries from Laura, and she talked about the day that Emma went missing, and then she wrote about like the time afterwards, because even then, like, she kept trying to tell him, we need to go to the police, but he keeps telling her, you know, this, we can't now, like, we've already tampered with the body, like, we're criminals at this point. And like, she keeps asking him like what happened, and he tells her, promise me, like, he tells her, you'll just have to trust me, like, what happened, the less you know, the better. It was her family, but she, like, this is the man she married, this is the man she fell in love with, and now she feels like this, she doesn't know who this is anymore. Apparently writes emails every day to, or not every day, but emails her dad often, whether just because she wants to feel like she's talking to him. And he actually ends up responding one day, and of course he basically just responds saying, sorry I can't get back to your life, sorry about your mother's loss, I'm actually closer than you think, but trust me, you don't want to find me, basically. And so the brother is super techie, so he ends up finding his IP address, and they go to like this abandoned house that's like 2 hours away, and they didn't find anybody there. Just like, it looked like it had been lived in, but they didn't find him there. Come back home, Nicole decides to do more investigating, and she comes out telling them, I don't think this is the first person they had to bury. So, what the heck is going on? Is Dad just like a freaking serial killer at this point? I mean, what is Mom thinking, like, helping him out with this? I don't know, like, it just I don't know what's going on. Seriously, how cute is she? Oh my goodness. You're so pretty. You are so pretty. She's just the sweetest girl.